Hey, welcome to WatchMojo.com. I'm your host Marisa, and today I'm going to teach you how to play Scopa. Now in Italian, Scopa means to broom or to sweep, and the object of the game is to clean the table of cards. But before you start playing, I want to tell you a few things you should know. In Scopa, La Donna is worth 8 points, Il Cavallo is worth 9 points, and Il Re is worth 10 points. And of course, we have the most coveted card, Il BELLO. When you're playing Scopa, you can play from anywhere with 2 to 4 players. And if you're playing with 4 players, you usually make teams with the person sitting across from you. But today we're going to play 2 players. So when you're dealing, you give your opponent 3 cards, and you give yourself 3 cards. And you open up 4 cards in the middle. Now the goal of the game is to get more points than your opponent. And the way you do that is by matching the cards in your hands to the cards on the table. So for example, Christine has a 7 in her hand and there's a 7 on the table, so she picks it up. Now another way to pick up cards is by adding what's on the table to equal what's in your hand. For example, you could take the 5 and the 2 to equal the 7. Sometimes you have more than one option on the table. For example, you can have a 5 and a 2 which equals 7, or you have the 7 itself in a single card. And by rule, you have no choice but to pick up the single card. Now sometimes the cards in your hand match nothing that's on the table, but you're still forced to play a card. Now when you and your opponent are finished the cards in your hand, the dealer redistributes another 3 cards. Now if at any point during the game, the cards on the table equals something that you have in your hand, you can make a Scopa, which is an automatic point. So now when there's no more cards left to play and there's no more cards left on the table, the game is over and you count cards to see who's won the game. One way to count points is to see who has the most cards. If you have more than 20 cards, you get an automatic point. And if you have 20 cards, that means your opponent has 20 cards and no one gets a point because you're equal. Another way to make points during the game is to collect Scopas, and each Scopa you make is worth 1 point. Another way to earn a point during Scopa is to pick up the SIETA BELLO, which is an automatic point. Another way to earn points is to collect denari. Whoever has the most at the end of the game gets a point. Now another way to make a point in Scopa is to earn la PRIMERA, which is whoever has the most 7s. And in this case, Christine has 3 out of 4, so she gets an automatic point.